Welcome to the show, everybody. BitBoy Morning Show. You guys can smash the like button when you come in, and we're going to get started here. So here are on CoinGecko. The market cap coming in at 3.17 trillion, which is good. We're up 6.7%. 24-hour volume 165.9 billion. Bitcoin dominance back in the 57 to 57.1%. ETH up a couple ticks to 11.5%. It will cost you a third of a GUI to send an ETH transaction. All right. So here is the market cap visualization. We've had a pretty big pump today. And then there's the trading volume to match. All right. So we've already looked at Monad. We've looked at a bunch of bank ones. We looked at Bitcoin, obviously. Top gainers, Rails, or in Pieverse. Let's see what Pieverse is. I'm assuming it's probably a meme coin. It's been out since November. Pieverse.io. I'm not going to connect with all it. Pieverse timestamping. Timestamps everything of value. Oh, that looks interesting. It's not a meme coin, believe it or not. Payments. Document verification, security compliance, business integration, immutable proof of time. Every payment carries on-chain moment of truth. Create invoices. Okay, well, this is pretty interesting, I think. Well, where's it coming at in that? 463. This looks very interesting. It's up 194% since it launched. I would say this one looks like something nobody else is doing that I've seen. What Explorer is it on? Binance. Okay, well, there you go. It's only on Binance Smart Chain. Or a BNB coin, whatever you want to call it. Okay, let's go back to here. Let's go to look at top 10. We got Bitcoin, $90,738. It was at 92 not that long ago. Ethereum at $29.97. XRP at $2.14. BNB at $870.75. Solana $138.94. Tron $28.21. Dogecoin 14.5 cents. Cardano almost 43 cents. And Ybit coming under that. It's very interesting that Ybit is now higher than Toncoin. Where is Toncoin at these days? Shoo. All the way down at number 39. This thing was a top 10 coin not that long ago. Okay. All right, biggest gainers. Last hour, White Bitcoin, Pepe, Dot, Sweet, charging back up. A lot of the 2 to 2.5% range. Your core falling down a few spots, it looks like. Quant down 2.5%. Caspa, ICP, all have been good performers over the last couple of weeks. Sweet, 21.3%. How about that? Having the best 24 hours. Pump.Fun token, 16.8%. WorldCoin, 16.4%. Maker, Sky, 16%, 15.9% anyways. And Cardano, let's see what's on the downside. Leo token, Canton coin. Not that many bad performers. Bad performers for the week. Zcash, Memecore, Aster, Canton coin. All mostly coins that have launched recently. or at least Aster and Canton coin. Kuko shares, Aptos, they're hanging on by a prayer. Aptos probably be out of the top 100 soon. But it's having a good week, so maybe not. Maybe it'll reverse that trend. So here we go. Gainers for the week, we've got Sky, Quant, Caspa, Bump.Fun, Whitebit, Monero, Sui, Rain, ADA, WorldCoin. These are all 5% gainers or more. It's pretty good. I don't know what has happened here to this. Yeah, 30-day on. Okay, here we go. Now I got the month. The month we can pull up. Rain up 131%. Some say only because they got this logo on Binance or on CoinGecko. There's not many that do. Quant 27%. Whitebit 21.4%. World5 up 20.6%. Monero 15.3%. Caspa 10.6%, and not much after that. Then it's just minimal gainers for the month. So the worst month, soon to be Canton going probably, but BitTens or Tau. Wow, what a dive! Down 42.5% this week. That might be a good buy. Aptos at 40%. About 32.4%. Meme corridor down 48.8%. There's Toncoin and Sui, both big drops overall for the month, but Sui has rebounded nicely. Polcoin, whatever you want to say it. Used to be Matic. Bump.Fun, Athena, Arbitrum, Cardano. Had a lot of bad weeks still, or bad months. November has been a bad month for a lot of coins. It was a bad month. So let's actually, speaking of that, go to our chart here and let's check out see what Bitcoin's doing right now. These are last week's highs and lows. We're dancing right on top of it. Oh, I remember what I want to do. I'm going to go check out the monthly chart. So December so far is green. We had a red October, a red November. What about December? That's what we're looking at right now. Okay. Just got a green dot on the daily here. Let's go down to the 4 hour. A red dot on the 4 hour, of course. Yeah, I do expect a bit of a pullback here. Smooth though. New weekly lines. The daily. Yeah, I think this thing wants to go back down a little bit. What do you guys think? Caspa 100X? I don't think so. Zcash completely crashed, almost $700. Let's go take a look. Yeah, you're right. It's had a pretty big fall here. 3 months. It's had 3 of these run-ups. 1, 2, 3. We got up really high. 600, 800. What is it? 723. The next go up, it would get to 658. Looks like 705, and then it took 705, 713. Yeah, each high was a little bit lower with Zcash. All right. Let's go check out the Fear and Greed Index. We're at 28, so things are coming back around. Yesterday it was 23, last week 15, last month 42. Okay. To refresh, get our latest CME numbers. 89% now for a rate cut. That's good. I guess the market's probably already priced that in, I would think. All right. Bitcoin hits 2-week high and cautious crypto market recovery. Oh gosh, that's Gary Gensler. Nobody wants to hear him talk. Bitcoin extended a tentative rebound on Wednesday, climbing to a 2-week high as traders look for signs that the wider crypto market may be regaining its foot after a prolonged sell-off. The original cryptocurrency rose as much as 2.6% to about almost $94,000. It's its highest intraday level since November 17th. It lost some of those gains, trading around 93,380 in early morning in New York. Ether and other major tokens also edged higher. The digital asset market remains on shaky ground after a bruising sell-off that began in early October, just days after Bitcoin hit a record of over $126,000. Since then, more than $1 trillion in crypto market value has been wiped out. Still, a measure of optimism is appearing, with investors hoping the recovery can build. Bitcoin fans will be rightly cautious about this rally in the cryptocurrency. Having seen so many false drawdowns in recent months, but it looks like this recovery in stock market risk appetite is finally leaning across into the crypto space. That's a guy from a trading platform. He also said last week's bounce faltered at 93,000, so with the price nudging above this in early trading, there is some hope of a more sustained rally up or sustained move higher. U.S. stock markets point to a second day of modest gains as traders bet the economic data due later on Wednesday will strengthen expectations for an interest rate cut next week. Crypto traders have endured a bumpy ride this week. Token prices tumbled on Monday following comments by Strategy Inc.'s Chief Executive Officer Feng Li that the Bitcoin accumulator could resort to selling the cryptocurrency if needed to make debt payments. Strategy, formerly known as MicroStrategy, said later that it was establishing a $1.4 billion reserve to have cash readily available. Yeah, Michael Saylor has so much money. Bitcoin then regained ground Tuesday, with traders pointing to Security and Exchange Commission Chairman Paul Atkins' plan to unveil the measures behind an innovation exemption for digital asset companies. Vanguard Group's decision to allow exchange-traded funds and mutual funds that primarily hold cryptocurrencies to be traded on its platform. These events, coupled with a new bottom emerging for Bitcoin this week, have created a series of vital signs of the upward trend forming. Even so, caution has persisted, with some suggesting that investors bruised by the downturn may be reluctant to chase the move. We don't see a ton of buyers on the top side, said Sean McNulty. Sentiment is still fragile. One barometer of investor confidence is a group of 12 U.S. listed ETFs investing in Bitcoin, which recorded what McNulty called a feeble 59 million in inflows on Tuesday, according to data compiled by Bloomberg. The latest rally has led to liquidations of about $400 million worth of bearish bets across all tokens in the past 24 hours, list data shows. This rebound is actually just a relief rally. Says that Bitcoin could reclaim some momentum from here, he added. This is a great point for those who are under deployed looking at some early entry levels. Guys, you could smash the like button. Appreciate it. Stop what you're doing, hit the button. Okay. Oops. Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP spike a day after mass sell-off. Bitcoin surged past $9,000 in biggest rally since May as crypto markets rebound with strong ETF inflows. Bitcoin surged past $9,000 for the first time in a week, posting a 6.7% gain. Rally triggered 157 million in Bitcoin short liquidations, which climbed above 3,000 at one point in XRP. Ethereum climbed above 3,000 at one point. XRP jumped 7.3% to $2.14. Crypto ETFs attracted over $1 billion last week, though analysts warn markets remain fragile ahead of the Federal Reserve's December meeting. Bitcoin jumped back above $9,000 for the first time since last week and seemed primed at one point, posted its biggest one-day gain since May. Bitcoin was trading for $9,339 at the time of this writing, after having gained 6.7% in the past day, according to crypto price aggregator CoinGecko. Bitcoin's best single-day return in 2025 was on March 2nd, when Bitcoin climbed 9.52%, according to historical data maintained by Investing.com. The recent rise has triggered the liquidation of $157 million worth of Bitcoin short contracts, more than $312 million worth, 312 million total cross crypto derivatives, according to platform CoinGlass. In the past day, trading volume has more than doubled to climb above $92 billion, according to CoinGecko. Ethereum and XRP have jumped too. Ethereum, which is on the eve of its Fusaka network upgrade, has regained nearly 10% in the past day, climbed above $3,000 at one point for the first time since Sunday. Meanwhile, XRP has posted at 7.3% and was currently trading for $2.14. Analysts told Decrypt earlier today that crypto markets are still in a fragile state, noting that much of Bitcoin's year-end performance will depend on the outcome of the Fed meeting on December 9th and 10th. The U.S. Bank ended its quantitative tightening program on Monday. Analysts at the Wintermute trading desk wrote in a note shared with Decrypt. Fed injected $13.5 billion via overnight repos to ease year-end liquidity strains. Second largest since COVID, they said. While it's an injection, it's a routine tool for short-term stabilization instead of a broader market policy shift, like resuming asset purchases of QE. Looking ahead, users on Marriott, this is their platform, Decrypt. So there's a 91% chance, it's 92% on the FOMC website. It's often been the case that crypto prices follow the flow of assets in and out of exchange-traded funds. In the past week, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP ETFs rebounded, adding more than $1 billion, according to a report from digital asset CoinShares. The shift in fund flows mostly carried through Monday's session, Bitcoin ETF staying in the green with $8.5 million in net inflows. But Ethereum ETF saw a slight pullback as investors withdrew $79 million in Solana funds, saw $13.5 million worth of shares redeemed. So there you go. think I'm frozen. Am I frozen? Okay. Vanguard caves on crypto to retain clients as rivals win flows. It was a $9.3 trillion platform to crypto ETFs. We told you this was coming. We told you that Vanguard would be changing their position on crypto. Obviously, they don't have a choice, really. They always knew that. People who run Vanguard always knew that. So they're supposed to be bullish when they turn towards crypto. So here they are. Things should be bullish. We'll see. On December 2nd, Vanguard will reportedly open its massive brokerage platform to spot Bitcoin ETF, XRP, and Solana exchange-traded funds. Strategic Voltface, I don't know what that means really, is the asset manager's steadfast isolation from the $3 trillion digital asset market. For years, Vanguard stood as the most prominent holdout of the crypto space, driven by a philosophy that viewed high volatility of digital assets as fundamentally incompatible with the principles of long-term diversified portfolio construction. This reversal, therefore, represents one of the most significant capitulations in the traditional finance sector's gradual embrace of the crypto economy. Remember, Vanguard owns more than BlackRock does, so they were been in crypto. Crucially, Vanguard said it's not deviating from its core manufacturing philosophy, so it would not be launching its own proprietary crypto funds. Instead, it will serve as a critical gateway, allowing the conservative client base to access regulated products managed by rival issuers such as BlackRock, Fidelity Investments, and Bitwise Asset Management. Speaking on the broader significance of the move, Hunter Horsley, Bitwise CEO, noted the stark contrast between the magnitude of the policy shift and the market's muted reaction, a sign of the asset class's maturity. Why is Vanguard changing its decision? Let's read this quote. The second largest brokerage in America flips its policy from sell only to allowing crypto ETF purchases, and no one is fired up. Whether people are stoked right now or not, crypto is rapidly entering the mainstream. Yeah, for sure. First, restrictions on crypto ETFs had remained firmly in place even after the Securities and Exchange Commission approved the first spot Bitcoin funds in early 2024 and the first Ethereum products later that year. Notably, Vanguard's internal client guidelines and platform eligibility rules kept those ETFs from its self-directed brokerage system, citing regulatory ambiguity and investor protection concerns. So they changed their mindset. So it's going to allow more people to invest in $9.3 trillion in assets, and they manage over $9.3 trillion in assets. But they have not done crypto, and they are getting into crypto. Crypto rally stumbles. Has it really stumbled? It's above 92,000 right now. Bear trap confirmed as Bitcoin approaches $93,000. Potential has rebounded from the 80 to 83,000 support zone with a potential breakout at 93,100. XRP has crossed above the Ichimoku cloud but faces resistance. Bitcoin has bounced strongly from the 80,000 to 83,000 support zone, probing the Friday swing high at $93,100. Breakout here would expose a trend line drawn from October 8th, which remains blah, 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 blah. We already talked a lot about today. Bitcoin dipped below fair value for the first time in 2 years. History says 132% gains over the next 12 months. So there you go. That's all the news. We're not going to get into this story. Appreciate everybody for watching. I think you guys have a good day. Hopefully Bitcoin goes up. Boy out.